Today's video is very important because we're going to be talking about the fear of speaking in English and how to overcome the fear to speak in English. The most common reason why many people or many learners are scared to speak in English is because they are afraid or they are scared of making mistakes. I used to feel the same way too when I started my fluency journey. But then I realized that even the native speakers sometimes make mistakes and that making mistakes is a part of learning. And in today's video, I'm going to help you turn your fear of speaking English into motivation. I'm Jay and this is Speak English with Jay. Let's get started. People fear speaking English because they worry that making mistakes will make them look silly. And that is very true, especially to learners who are just beginning their fluency journey. I was also scared to speak in English sometimes because I knew I was gonna say a wrong word in English, and I'm still somehow, but I don't let that fear of saying the wrong word in English stop me from speaking in English. And you shouldn't let that fear stop you from speaking either. There's always room for mistakes. This fear stops most learners from practicing, which prevents them from improving. So how can you overcome this fear as a learner? The first thing I want you to understand before taking any other step is that making mistakes is normal. No one speaks perfectly from the start. Mistakes are helpful because they show us where to get better. And sometimes it's better to laugh at your mistakes to make you feel more relaxed and ready to learn. So embrace your mistakes as a part of your journey to fluency. Keep practicing and don't give up. The next reason why people fear speaking in English is because they are afraid they're going to be judged. The fear of being judged. That when they don't speak perfect English, others will think less of them, and this can be very discouraging. And others also fear being judged of their actions. But you know what? Most people don't really care about your accent. They're sometimes just amazed that you can speak in English. So please don't criticize yourself because most people don't even care that you have an accent. They're just glad that you can speak in English. And there's nothing wrong with speaking English with an accent. It is completely fine. It's completely okay to speak English with an accent. It shows originality and uniqueness. So instead of trying to be perfect, just focus on progressing. Also, surround yourself with supportive friends. Friends who encourage you to do better instead of criticizing you. And don't forget, it's okay to make mistakes. It's only natural in learning and growing. The more you practice, the more confident you become. Another reason why most people are afraid to speak in English is lack of the opportunity to practice, especially if you're from a non-speaking country where everyone around you is speaking in the native language. Only a few percentage of people speak in English. That can be very challenging. If you're in such a situation, don't worry. You can join an online English club with several other learners with the same English goals. This will give you an opportunity to practice speaking English regularly. You can also use English apps, which gives you an opportunity to speak and communicate in English. And always keep looking for opportunities to practice speaking English. The next reason why most people are afraid to speak in English is lack of vocabulary. They don't have that much vocabulary and they're scared that if they speak, they'll lack words to express themselves, which is okay and is understandable at the beginning or when you're just starting your fluency journey. To work on this and to build your English vocabulary, you need to listen to more English podcasts, you need to listen to English conversations, you need to watch English movies, you need to read diverse books talking about different topics. This will help you enhance your vocabulary and learn how to express yourself in different situations. Always listen to English passively, especially when you're in the house or maybe you're doing your chores. Put something in English on so you can listen to English passively. When you do that, you familiarize with the language. It also helps with learning how to pronounce words and how to express yourself, especially when you listen to interviews. The last reason why most people are afraid to speak in English is because they're afraid that they are not gonna speak perfect English. And you know what? There's nothing like perfection. Even the natives sometimes do not speak English perfectly well. They make mistakes sometimes, especially with pronunciation and vocabulary. It's okay. You cannot be perfect at the beginning. You can only practice consistently. And to do that, stop focusing on perfection and start focusing on progressing. English is an easy and fun language, and when you continue practicing consistently and you use every single opportunity you get to practice, you'll get better before you know it. But don't let your fear stop you. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, give it a thumbs up. And if you're an English learner who's looking forward to improving your English skills, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And with that being said, let's catch up in this next video. Bye bye.